Hi, it's Billy Staples with Kids with a Dream, and today we are just outside of Baltimore, Maryland, April 2021, with longtime starting pitcher with Major League Baseball in the Baltimore Orioles, Scott McGregor. Scott, it was a good drive, and it's good to be with you today.
Oh, it's great. It's fun.
To go right to it, when you were a sophomore, your classmate, George Brett, is a freshman.
No, see, he's a year ahead of me. So
okay.
He's a junior when I'm a sophomore.
So was he already being looked at, meaning he was that far advanced also in high school to stand out?
I stole the show in high school, and George gave me kudos on that. When he went into the Hall of Fame, they were interviewing him like this with one of the guys, and they said, "Well, George, when you were in high school, did you think about this?" He goes, "Heck no, they all came to see Scott McGregor." I went, "Yes!"
Great. That is great.
So, but there were quite a few scouts around, and when Georgie could flat out hit, he was
was he always at third, and you were always on the mound?
I was first. Eddie and I were both left-handed, so we pitch or first base. We just went back and forth. I think one time my coach put me out to play center field for some reason. That we used our third pitcher in a game.
Okay.
And I told him, "Don't ever do that to me again." I'm so used to being on every pitch and stuff, and I didn't get a ball hit to me the whole. I'm just standing out here. What am I doing?
It's not good.
Oh my God, I couldn't take it.
So when you were on the mound, your sophomore year, your junior year, George was at shortstop.
Yeah.
I said it about reflecting when we get to it with Earl, but a high school George Brett story, a road trip, a game, his sense of humor has always stood out.
Yeah, that probably was.
Pick a George story.
Well, his dad was tough. Jack was a tough guy, man. So he was always playing under. That's why when he almost hit 400 that year, he said, "I let people down." I said, "George, you hit 390."
Yeah.
But we always went out. My coach was really strong. We played American Legion ball in the summer, and every year we would take a Las Vegas trip because he loved to gamble. So that's the only time he came to us and he said, "Hey, when we're here, baseball's second. We'll have fun playing." We get there, and George had packed 2 left shoes.
Okay.
He didn't have his shoes. And he goes, "Oh my God, I got to tell my dad I got 2 left shoes." I said, "You're in trouble, George." So that but
he packed 2 left shoes.
He was just George. He was
when it came time for high school, by then there had to be a player or a team that you were either, the big thing was on Sundays we would get the news or the sports news, a half hour of it during, you're just a little bit ahead of me with your childhood, but a half hour of sports on a Sunday night was big. So by then I was, you're pulling for this and that. I said in '69 how everything was New York. Who was eventually your guy or your team?
Well, growing up out there, I didn't, we had bubblegum cards and stuff like that, but I didn't know the stats. One of my best friends, he wanted to be the next Chick Hearn or Vin Scully, so he knew everything. So if I knew, "Steve, what is it?" I was not that guy. I was just out there playing. But I watched Sandy Koufax, the Dodgers, and the Angels came around. I remember, I don't know how old I could have been, but the Dodgers were playing in the Coliseum.
Okay.
With the China Wall and left, and Frank Howard and all that. And they were playing the Braves, and my dad said that Eddie Matthews was my favorite. To this day, I have no idea why. So
your dad said it, then that's it.
Yeah, so we, it was the Dodgers, but my idol was Kenny Brett, George's older brother.
And he could hit.
He was unbelievable. He dwarfed us in talent, everything. And I remember sitting there watching him and playing Babe Ruth. I'd sit there and watch him and just go, "Oh my gosh." And he was so cocky. But we'd sit by the on-deck circle. He'd come up on "Where do you want me to hit it?" And we'd tell him he did off the fence over there. "Where do you want this time?" "I'll hit it over there for you." He was really good.
I got to know Ken as a kid. He was with the Yankees when the new Yankee Stadium opened up in 1976.
That was the only spring training. We were together in '76 spring training.
So on opening day that year with the Yankees, they brought in everybody that had ever done anything in Yankee Stadium. So Joe Louis was there, all kinds of things. And Ken was in a T-shirt, his flip-flops, and he didn't have a care in the world.
Yeah.
He didn't have an enemy either. Like kids, I remember, you migrated towards good energy ball players and you stayed away from the bad ones. He was a likable guy if you were a little kid.
He was left-handed, that's for sure. George told me a story once, and he was with him in Kansas City, and Kemmer was in the bullpen. That's what they'll call him, Kemmer. And Hauser came out and called him in from the bullpen, and he said he skipped all the way in. Skipped, and he got halfway, and George said, "Hey, I know he's my brother, but I don't know about this guy."
He didn't have a worry in the world.
Oh my God, no, he did not.